situation, which is it was very macro, rotationally focused gameplay. Not like IHG a few years ago winning in Turkey for PMGC, where there was just aggression. It was the complete opposite. So Yangon Galacticos, I feel like, have to set up their storyline for PMWC. Like, do we have what it takes to do well in another global tournament, or was it just a flash in the pan? Because I feel like a lot of people might say that was the case, but I disagree. I feel like that team has a lot of potential, and it's here that they need to showcase what they can do on the international stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I always tell people, like, you know, when it comes to the roadmap of, like, hitting the pinnacle of PUBG Mobile esports, like winning the trophy, right? Getting the top performance, it's almost impossible, right? It is very, very difficult. But once you get it, maintaining that title is so dang tough. So,
yeah.
Yangon Galacticos, we can hopefully see that happen. But we got match number 1 ready to go. We're going into Rondo. Let's get it going here, Max.
Come on, give me the double plane on match 1, day 1 of PMMI. Okay, well, asked for a little bit too much. But you know what? The 3 main hot drops are going to be in reach, hot tricks. Yulin is there, Danching is there, and so is Neox Factory. So really, this is a really kind plane, I would say, for all of these rosters, all of these players. But Yulin in particular, from what I saw back during that test match, Hot Jukes, it was getting a little bit hectic. You had everyone dropping in that area, trying to get those early eliminations. And hopefully, everyone is going to go in a 3-1 split, because going as a 4-man in Yulin is just not recommended at this point.
Yeah, definitely not. And it looks like that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of different players spread out, but those are single players just trying to go ahead and hold on to the recall tower while the rest of their squads are looking to get some good, solid eliminations. You can see Carrillo dropping, getting looted up and ready to go here. Oh, yeah, these teams are not messing around, Max. They want those points early, and we're going to see KRX get a nice thirst on the Yangon Galacticos.
Okay, this fight could last a while because the circle is slap dab right on the middle of Yulin itself, so no one's going to have to go for that quick early rotation. They can just chill out. Well, chill out is a bit of a weird way to put a hot drop. They definitely have a bit more time to work with. You can see some of the players going to... Oh, I saw one player with a DSR and a Kar 98 loadout for Yala, I believe, for Furia. Yeah, so he's... Okay, he does pick up an M4. Lucky, because otherwise that double sniper loadout would not be it in this hot drop. But here we do have this LGD, S2G, Aurora, Furia, KRX. I think there's another team I can't even see because there's too many bloody squads here, Hot Jukes. There's too many.
Way too many squads here. We can see Silence keeping an eye out right now, trying to catch this play from LGD. As we can go ahead and see... Oh, as a matter of fact, there's Top. AK in hand, but getting caught by Kami.
Why is Top here? What? Normally he's the recall player.
Well, yeah,
I guess
what
not
this Top.
Yeah, normally Top would be the one recalling the team, so I guess not. Maybe they just swapped the roles since what happened with Boom back at PMJ Season 1. But here, Ziol going to try and stick that res. S2G, a little bit of a harder path to get on that elevated ground, so that's going to give a lot of time for Ziol to get that full reset, possibly. As Reefus here for backup, the man, the lord, the savior of Aurora is back again, but the shots connect. Top knocked again, but Ziol steps up to the plate. Good elimination, and that's them up to 2 points early on.
Man, Aurora making it happen off the rip. Great teamwork there. And I think that maybe they did make an adjustment, right? We saw Top kind of go off in his lonesome, but this time they're like, let's keep them pretty close, so that way we can make things happen. But we see eliminations happening like crazy here in Rondo.
Yeah, maybe said, Doc, you know what? You're kind of the X factor sometimes. You go a bit crazy. You go to the recall tower. But I really want to fight.
Why did it make sense?
Go to the recall tower, Doc.
Right?
You're punished. But hey, so far, interesting change of strats. As RRQ, no team that did take a big L back in PMGO Season 1. Trying to redeem themselves in the eye of the audience. Here taking an early knock down to the hands of Yangon Galacticos. They do have a bit of a tough encounter also with KRX that have 3 eliminations. This team looking insane at the very start of this match. As with the Thompson, TR8 trying to get the angle, but just barely missing out on connecting onto La Par.
Revo getting some shots against Tiamba in the feed. Oh, he jumps down. Goes for the shots. Gets a couple little peeks on him. He only got 24 shots left, but gets caught out, and RRQ immediately returning the favor. Actually, no, that's Hoxie, yeah, from KRX. Getting it done there. So 4 eliminations for the side of KRX, and they should be able to get this res as well.
You see, like, yeah, TRE, you have to crawl back up the stairs to me if you want to get res. But I like it. The timing of TRE, I feel like some people in the audience might be saying, that was a bit of a weird push, right? The way he did it onto La Par. Oh, the nade, though, out of nowhere! It's Chips! on his Korean brethren's, taking down his homies. Oh, that's not a good way to go down. He could have stuck the res too, but was really trying to buy as much time as possible. But yeah, definitely really good timing between the two players on KRX. But unfortunately, one nade takes it apart instantly.
Wow, what a perfect nade. The bank is open there. The bounce nade, hitting it. That is how you do it. Now we see Thunder Talk. AJ holding some angles here, trying to find a peek on Alpha 7. Hopefully he's hoping one of these players slip up, going out that building. You know they're hungry, but Thunder Talk so far, no eliminations. But you know they're ready to get some, that's for sure. This is on the side of Danching, right there on the edge of the circle. Obscure getting caught.
Not the best way to kick off the game here. Of course, they still should have their recalls. Revo to get one elimination. All they want to do here, if you're Alpha 7, is avoid the bottom two. Just still stings, right, after PMGO S1. But they will stick the res onto Obscure. All good to go. Thunder Talking, playing it very slow, which I do respect. They do have the circle advantage in the sense that they are in between the circle and the rest of Alpha 7. So natural progression of the game dictates that Alpha 7 has to push or go on a wide wrap around Thunder Talk if they want to avoid the skirmish. But you can see with the setup, it seems like Thunder Talk might just want to exit the vicinity entirely. They're just not fully interested. They just want to let Tiamba fight Alpha 7 and maybe pick up the pieces later on as the nades flying by left, right, and center. QZ just going to survive the encounter for now. He is going to be left stranded with an S12K. That could be a clutch here as you're going to drop on down and get picked off by Obscure.
QZ wondering, should I go ahead and pop on down? Nope, he's going to hold that stairs. Yeah, Obscure knows he's... Let's try to find another angle here. I don't want to run up there with a shotgun just yet. Nice little pre-fires. Good nade going on in. Great teamwork. Alpha 7 trying to catch him slipping. Always so tough, no matter what. Even in your 2v1 situation, you got to watch out for that shotgun. Peaks are quick, and they get it done. So Alpha 7 clearing out Tiamba. They start this one with 3 eliminations.
Yeah, and the rest of Tiamba were in Jadina City, so that's going to be very quick recall. They are going to be in the blue for a little bit, but it's phase 1, so genuinely just not an issue. Well, how did that cover flare drop on the roof?
All right.
We're building a new level to this building, apparently.
That's right.
Trying to make a skyscraper.
Super coverage.
Ooh. That's still what they're trying to go for. Here, we're going back over to the fight in Yulin. So, yeah, already a lot of teams taken out of the equation entirely. That's going to be G+. Backstabbed by K1. It's going to be Zez. And he's going to try and secure that elimination. As Chips just confirms himself. He's like, you're not going to get me. Confirms himself out of that one. And that's going to be still K1 then. Again, big surprise. Not sure what to expect from this roster. 5 eliminations. Worth it. Don't want to take that trade.
Let's go back inside.
Let's go back into hiding. It's kind of cracked with their loadouts. He's got himself an M4. I believe, yeah, there's an... Is that an EMP? Yeah, I believe there's an EMP here, so... Flush. So they're just going to try and converge together. Furia off to an amazing start too, right? That should put them up to 4 eliminations if they play their cards right. Good Molotov here to push him out of position. But also counter Molotov. So actually, that was a good counterplay. Furia really stuck here with that Molotov.
K1 buying himself a little bit of time here. They have a great start with 5, but this single player is in huge trouble. Ayala's got that nade, trying to figure out where he's at. That's looking in the wrong direction, though.
He moved.
Little does he know. Yeah, he already moved to the backside. Trying to use that util. Now they know where he is. Oh, that molly is good. The whole roof is on fire. Zaz, what can you do? He switched guns at the worst time.
Ooh, bit of a tough one here. Gonna have to go lay down on his belly, hoping that he doesn't get spotted. Ayala sending it solo here. You got to be careful. That's one knock. Can he pull off the 1v3? It's just not meant to be. Zez will get put down, but it doesn't matter. K1 still have that recall strat available, so we'll see him later on down the line. But Furia, I would say that was a great display, Hot Jukes, of utility usage. The grenades, the Molotovs, the timing to reposition, in particular for Zez, was just a thing of absolute beauty. So, like, tip of the hat to you guys. That was just some great utility usage from start to finish.
That's what I love to see, right? I mean, I think every team knows just how incredible all these players are and how insane this lobby is. So they're taking 0 chances, right? Even in every 3v1 situation with shotguns, let's use that util. Let's make sure that our teamwork is perfect, because one silly little push could mean 1 player down, and we can't afford it, right? So let's make sure we get that flush, keep every single player up, And that is how you do it there, folks.
I guess I wasn't looking at the minimap. That was in Yulin. Some areas look very similar. I was like, wait a minute. No. That was the southern side. So it was a different fight entirely. So my apologies on that one. I caught myself. But yeah, the buildings do. Those two compounds in particular look very similar. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. This is somewhere completely different because Yulin still has BTR, as I believe, Alula, Aurora, Furia, and yeah, still we got TT over there in Thunder Talk, so they're going to be looking to take that fight. So yeah, we still got the hot shot happening because the circle, and Phase 2 in particular, we just saw it shift a few seconds ago, is still involving the entirety of Yulin in its area. So that fight is never ending, it seems. Though, actually, looking at the map, one rotation that's very interesting to me, Hotdrix, is that wide western rotation from Alpha 7. They've got no enemies nearby. Alpha 7, this could be a free ticket into, what, like top 10 without taking a single fight.
And they did a great job. I mean, they already have 3 eliminations so far, right? So they got some points on the board. They are completely spread out here. The most spread out squad, as they're just going to have a great lay of the land. Let's see where this next zone goes, though. If it definitely goes up to the north, we'll have to probably have to see Alpha 7 do a big wide wrap. But for now, everything is copacetic for them. Meanwhile, LGD, Ling S going to have to drop some smokes. Got to protect that vehicle.
Just going to be pushing back on RRQ, making it known this is our mountaintop. Decent position in the circle too, right up northwest. And also decent angle. They got a 3-1 split, one player right next to S2G. And you know what? He's going to be in the circle. So that's an instant rotation for LGD back on their solo teammate. But Yulin is still in play. So BTR, Alula, all those teams still can remain over there. But I would start thinking about leaving the area because leaving it when the circle does not give you any other options, that's when things can get a little bit dicey. So if you're any of those 4 teams, you know what? It might be time to start thinking about your mid-game rotations.
Yes, indeed. We could just see right now LGD trying to figure out what we're going to do here. I think right now it's just set up. They are in the zone. They're sitting pretty. Meanwhile, RRQ losing a player. They're outside of the zone. Yeah, and they're going to leave them. So they're going to go ahead and rotate away from this one and try to find a spot in this next circle. There's still plenty of spots available. They just got to get moving pretty quick here. And that's going to be for the side of Young Galacticos as well, but they want to make sure they get that confirmed.
Yep, get that point confirmed, secure it. That's going to be Mernet to get it done with his teammates Say Cloud, Master Smile, and Romeo. And I got to say, this team, not only is their gameplay on point, Hotdrix, but so is their TikTok game. I don't know, they keep posting banger after banger on TikTok.
I love it!
Yeah, they got their social media game down to a T, so I respect it. You know what? I might have to ask them for a few tips on how to play in-game and also on TikTok because they're just too good, man. Their social game is insane. As Mernet going to be a little bit further back from his teammates to have a decent scouting ground up northwest next to the circle. So they're going to have a good scope of the land, see where teams are located, how they're rotating. So I feel like their entry point shouldn't be too hard to execute information-wise. As Binny here going to combo the cover flare and also the explosive bow to create a little bit of a building for himself almost. So my man using every mechanic available on Rondo, Hotdrix, to just survive in this game.
Wow, using that explosive bow to terraform a little bit. He's going to hide that buggy. Yeah, and that's a great idea, especially because I was wondering, I was like, why is he doing this so early considering what the zone is? But he's like, you know what? If this zone goes away, I need this buggy protected. And it is prime for the picking from any team looking in this direction. So right now, a great setup here. And I love seeing that use of that explosive bow.
In particular, I feel like it's not just trying to hide the car, which of course is a bonus if you can, but with third-person perspective, it's still very easy to see the buggy. I would say the main reason why he's done that is because he wants to hide the wheels. So you don't get the wheels popped by like a Mini 14 from like maybe top from like 200 meters away. So just to make sure that car remains in a functional condition. So I feel like that is a very good play from Binny. And I feel like as time goes on, we're going to see those mechanics used even more by these global teams. As K1 and RRQ going to clash again, it seems the never-ending war just keeps happening, Hotdrix. And so far, RRQ having a bit of a bad time against the Chinese super team.
See what Young Galacticos can do. These players doing everything, not just protecting the buggy, but specifically the lower half of the buggy. That's right. As you take a look where this next zone's going to go. Will it go to the lower half of this circle, or will it go up to the north or center up? Let's take a look here as it's going to go down to the south. So the Wolves are going to be sitting pretty, but it's still going to be a party over there at Yulin. Meanwhile, all the rest of these teams got to get moving now.
I was wondering, when is Hotdrix going to start hyping up NA? And you know what? It took like 5 seconds after the circle shift. we got circle. There.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We need that.
It's in your contract. You need to hype up the NA team at least once per game. And you know
One
what?
mention.
That's it. That's in the contract. As KRX going to go for their mad rotation. Well, not mad. Execute it as smoothly as humanly possible, trying to scout, get some intel where teams are located before sending it forward, because Binny will be the one trying to create that anchor point in the play zone. As Jumper, though, can't say their rotation's going too smoothly, as they're going to be getting knocked for Eagle. A-King and QZ going to do God's work, as Silence is going to get dropped instantly. Nice confirm, their first point of the game, actually. And he's instantly scoping down onto Ayala with a 6x scope on the Org, and man, he's got some sick shots already.
That is how you open up and give yourself a little bit of breathing room, but that nade... Oh, actually, it was a sticky bomb here. Nice shots again. QZ trying to get that confirmed, but having to hit the reload and gets taken out all the way from Thunder Talk, but some great plays there from QZ.
He's like, I'm just going to ruin their entire day. Boom, snipes them from it. Not even a sniper, he's just with the M4, right? So he's just able to snipe it, which really, when you think about it, M4 is just a sniper in this current meta that can spray. So right now, really good usage.
Fully automatic, R98 pretty much at this point.
That's what it is. So really good usage of that and good execution. One elimination to the name of Thunder Talk. As KRX, a little gift from the heavens. Maybe an MG3. Come on, loot it. You know you want to. Come on, Hoxie.
Yeah, he's like, I need it. I need it.
Or P90? What is it going to be?
Let's see what he gets. Oh, level 3. All right. He said, I'll take that.
You didn't loot it.
And we're out of here. Oh, and we're not. In the back.
Hey, he's in circle. He's chilling. He's got that rock.
Yeah,
that's a good hiding spot. Just, you know what? If he could use, he only has one nade.
Tire!
Oh, good. Repairs it. Nicely done.
Give me that. And he needed it too.
Yep.
Fixing that back tire. Obscure goes down there to say Cloud. Saw that in the feed. Meanwhile, Regnum Karia, 4 eliminations. They're on the north side, trying to hopefully catch a third party. But yeah, Silas scouting it out, trying to figure out where his squad is going to be going into this next zone. Gotta take that car, though, and it's starting to get beat up.
Gotta use the Binny strat, create a dip, and hide your car. It worked out for him. It might work out for you. As Regnum Karia, again, this team has to answer a big question. Do they still have it in the big year of 2026? So far, not too bad of a start. They got himself 4 eliminations. 2 of those are going to be slowly but surely closing that gap. And there's a big issue that even if they do win this fight, Hot Jukes, there's a team right in the circle ahead of you, which is KRX and RRQ. So you need to win this fight, and you need to win it quick.
Yeah, you gotta try to keep everybody up while you're at it. And that's gonna be pretty tough here. You can see Loxy. Oh, some great angles. Applying that pressure, making sure not to get naded here. Oh, but that nade was quite good. Blue zone is starting to come on in and put some pressure. Nice shot from Nobu. That's going to open up things for his squad. And Loxy getting a knock as well. Regnum Karia, though, getting beat up on the way in.
Well, nobody wins that fight. There's literally one survivor. It's Silas, the IGL of Regnum Karia, and the circle shifting down south once again. What do you want from this squad? Furia just shuts them down. Sit down. It's game over for you. Really good pickup again, Furia, trying to show why they were on the podium back during PMGO Season 1. And Regnum Karia, not the start they were. Can it be an NA win on match 1?
Super blessed, right? Super blessed in this situation here. And what Wolves need to do, though, is they need to take full advantage of it. As Master Smile trying to do some crazy plays there by switching that passenger seat. But Guizao shut that down really quick here. One thing you notice here from some of the top squads that went out early, like D+ and Regnum Karia, even though they went out, they got 7 points on the board. And that's what you got to do when you don't get a favorable circle. Still put something up. Wolves, they're blessed, but they can't sit back. They need to take full opportunity of this, and they need to try to hunt down some eliminations.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be one big issue, which is one team is going to crash onto Wolves, and then it's just going to be third-party city, right? Team crashes, another one wants to crash it to try and create an opportunity and an entry point in the circle, and it just keeps on happening. In particular, you've got to pay attention to LGG, Alpha 7, and also Wolves if they are going to commit to that big boy breach eventually. As KRX, no, just going on their day here in this game, having a good time for eliminations. Hoxie, Binny still there surviving. Big names when it comes to PUBG Mobile Esports in Korea. But this will be a good time here, Hodrix, to get an extra wheel on that buggy, because right now that could spin out of control very easily with one good spray onto that car.
Let's see what Hoxie can do. On the move now. Trying to find a spot in this circle, getting pieced up. Oh, and that tire does go out. So now he's going to try and coast it into a spot. Going to have to pick this one here. Yeah, explosive bow. Oh, and that's not here. That's Binny.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, but they do have one explosive bow in one of their loadouts. I was like, maybe they could use it to create a bit of a dip and survive a bit deeper in this game. Maybe get a few cheeky placement points if they can reach top 8. But as of right now, it's not looking good. Sunam with the nade. He has no information on where they exactly are. And he gets the knock onto one of those players. It's looking good. Furia struggling to survive, though, as RRQ getting absolutely demolished. And KRX also not having the best of times.
K1 looking great, though. 8 eliminations. They're in the lead so far, and they are putting in work. Beautiful sprays there. Now their real focus needs to be on the side of Furia. Furia, 5 eliminations, starting to boost some smokes. They're on the push. The initial knock from Silence and Thirst from Ayala is going to be a great start for them, and they are punishing K1. That's K1 out of here. Furia looking strong.
Oh, Sunan, you thought that was a good nade? Wait until you see our utility, and then they just completely squad wipe them. So really good re-engage from Furia, and good timing too. That fight took, what, since they engaged it, 15, 20 seconds? So really, really quick gameplay and execution. Love to see that from our top 3 team of PMGO Season 1. Circle, though, this is going to be a very telling circle as to who could be a true contender for this chicken dinner, as Wolves might have to leave their compound for the first time in this game, and even a portion of it is still in play, Hot Jukes. But Wolves, I feel like they should look at the bigger picture and maybe send it onto Alpha 7.
Yeah, look to find the best spot in this circle and take it. You got so much room, especially considering that the whole rest of the lobby is on the other side of the zone. They're busy battling it out. Let's see what they can do. Meanwhile, Alula, quick. Trying to get a good nade onto LGD. That looks good. And it looks like it is going to put in some work. But meanwhile, it's R38 getting the finish. Lula trying to put... Oh, that nade, though. That hurt.
Yep, that's some good damage coming out. Ling S, can he survive? Can he pull out another first aid? Oh, Reefus! Out of nowhere. The man with those grenades is just unstoppable at times. He got the 1v4 back during PMGO EECA finals onto the side of Vicious. And how is Ling S still alive? There's no way he keeps tanking that. He's got tier 10 armor. What's going on?
Elementrix getting that confirmed. They'll steal that. They'll take that all day long. So the Wolves just stealing some eliminations there. And they definitely need them, as that is LGD out. Taking a look here at this circle. Man, this side of the zone here on the southeastern side is hectic. You can see right there in the minimap, Aurora putting some pressure on all these teams, just trying to get into the zone.
Yeah, good push up with the cover flares, and that's just a car graveyard. It's just so much extra cover going to be granted to them thanks to that, but they're still not in the play zone. If you are Furia, you got to come up with a very strong plan right now. You got a minute 40 seconds before your area is going to be fully engulfed in the blue zone. You got to go for the reset onto Silence, maybe refresh those smokes to try and survive a bit deeper. But S2G is your main competition. You cannot dodge it. You need to send the fight very soon, as back into Yulin. The hot drop keeps on giving, and it's going to be Bigatron versus the side of Thundertalk, and only AJ remains against the Indonesian super team. But Razy, Federales getting in the vehicles, and you know what? Just not worth it. They might just want to leave here, Hot Shoots, or just send it, seems, onto AJ.
Yup, they said we want those confirmations, and they got them. So now they're going to be pressing on down into the zone, but they're going to be having to look for a spot. This is where they're... Can they even leave it? It has a little bit of room to make something happen.
Yeah, trying to pop the whistle and get shot from under the vehicle. Car can explode though, got to be a little bit cautious. Maybe move back, and it creates an extra dip. That's going to be a good feature to use. But Furia finally sending it right onto S2G. This ain't Miramar, so they might struggle with Furia losing everyone except for Higod. And the car explosion gets it. They're out. S2G survive. And that's going to be our top squads, top 4 out of the picture. And Bigatron still looking good and healthy.
The mid pack looking strong here. Huge opportunity for them to make something happen. Soulk gonna go ahead and get that vehicle there and get the res on to Kami. Meanwhile, we see Carrillo getting a knock there on the wall. He's got the MG3. He is locked and loaded.
Oh,
got the shotgun,
spray.
he gets one.
Yeah, the spray connects. Carrillo will find Baton. Wolves struggling, but you know what? They will come out on top eventually after taking a ton of damage spread out between the 4 players, but they're still not in the play zone. They got to keep on moving, but one team that still has a full squad here, Hot Jukes, is the boys. It's Aurora, and they mean business on match 1.
Yes, they do. They're on the south side looking pretty right now. Nobody in their face. They're going to have a great lay of the land here going into the zone. This could be their game. We talked about how Aurora needed to start off strong, not waiting until the end to put up some points. And this could be their opportunity here, Max.
I love this. No big ego fight from Aurora. This is the Aurora I wanted to see back in PMGO Season 1. And to be blunt, they were trolling massively. Back in that tournament, but this is the Aurora I wanted to see. Reb, good off angle from Alula, who will be able to eliminate the rest of S2G. Still a good finish here. Again, this is not a Miramar, so a good performance for them on Rondo to kick off PMMI 2026. But now only 3 squads remain. Wolves, Alula, and a full squad of Aurora as they get the pickup with the Roadster, and Wolves make it straight over to their teammate on the low ground.
Talk about a quick pickup there. That was beautiful. Reb gonna go ahead and get into that little dip there. Aurora gonna have the high ground though. And let's see what they could do. Man, PMGO Season 1 just seemed to be a big like learning tournament for all these top squads. Just saying, you know what? It's time to lock in, and it looks like they are definitely locked in going into Macau Invitational. Yeah, Wolves. They got this dip. They are in the zone here. Zone is going to be so important. This is going to be the last zone shift here. Will it center up? Will it go to the north or south? That's going to be huge for these squads.
I really like that Alula left claws on the ridge just to make sure Aurora don't peek over it, because if Aurora get control of that ridge, Alula are just straight up dead. They can't survive. Really good shot like from Baton with the Org. And now they're going to be on the back foot, having a bit of a tough time. Baton instantly confirming that frag. It's down to Doc, Zyol, and Refus. The 3-man from Mongolia. Can they make it happen against North America as Doc trying to send it? Some Hail Mary push onto a duo of Wolves. He's now in nade range, but who is it dangerous for Wolves or maybe for Doc himself?
Man, we'll see what happens. I love what Wolves are doing. They got a 2-1-1-1 split doing here, and we could see one of the players from Wolves have a great opportunity to get some shots, but he's peeking back so quickly. Can't afford to get knocked because he knows if he does, he's thirsted. So just hold the angle, apply pressure, don't get knocked is the strategy. Let's see if they can be able to have some success with it, because Aurora, and such a star-studded squad. We know what they could do. The problem is all eyes are on them. The entire lobby is focusing right on that high ground.
Oh, use of the C4 for Reb. I think he's got 2 more C4s. Good angle onto Necessary. Doesn't hit that one, but you know what? Still going to damage that potential vest. So making sure they're going to be in a weakened state. Extra dip created for Quick. So that's going to allow them to just inch their way forward into the place. And as you said, that was the last circle shift. So here, these teams, they need to make their way in. And Wolves and Aurora need to move in. Alula already set up for success.
Well, now I think the shift's going to shift onto Alula. And so now all eyes are on them. Wolves got to find a way to take them out. Aurora needs to find a way, but we could see Aurora focus on the Wolves too. No, they're not. Yeah, both these squads are now looking at the team that got blessed with the zone. Alula going to have to play off a good defense if they want to win this game.
Yeah, if you're Wolves or Aurora, really, you got to try and be the last team to fight and not get third-partied, because otherwise that is going to be your downfall. And Wolves, though, still having some cars in very healthy condition. So that Roadster in particular for Slonic, that's going to allow them to just inch closer and closer to phase number 9. As Claws, the fact he's still able to get value from this high ground is insane to me. He survived for so long. If they win, I would say Claws is one of the main factors as to why they could secure that chicken dinner on game 1 on Rondo. But Zyol, no nades in hand. That would be such an easy elimination, but the lack of utility really is making it hard for Aurora to get that win.
Claws getting the thirst onto Refus as well. He is just a thorn in the side of Aurora. That single player on the high ground putting in so much work. Claws cannot afford to get knocked. Elementrix, here's the shots going on. He's like, this is our opportunity to third party. And they do. They take out Doc as well. Aurora getting pieced up. And I believe that is them out of here.
Yeah, that is going to be it. Now it's going to be down to a 4v4. Well, technically a 3v4 now, as Quick going to get knocked on down. But that's going to be 2 players. Reb also in the scope of Elementrix. And he still has his MG3 as a secondary. Hopefully still has a bit of ammo to work with. But 2 players of Alula, Claws and Yasa, going to try and survive. Here you go, the MG3 spray. None of the bullets connecting yet. He's just trying to scare them off with that sweet, sweet sound of the MG3 as Slonic gets taken out. So does Baton. It's down to Elementrix unnecessary. It's falling apart for North America, Hot Shoots.
1v1! Claws with the shots, and it's Alula to win the game! 3v4! That is how you win a Rondo match!
It was looking so good for the side of NA until they just took 3 knocks back to back to back, and they just couldn't recuperate and get back up and lick their wounds. Really strong showcase from Alula, able to get himself that first chicken dinner of PMMI 2026. And really, every player did a great job, right? Reb, Quick, everyone did fantastic. But Claws in particular, if he does not hold that high, and also the official MVP, he's just the MVP. Some interesting in the game, could have got the win, but no, it was the full effect. Definitely was in full effect then this game, and a lot of teams were able to capitalize on that hot drop. In particular, Yulin, there was just a bloodbath from Circle 1
to different maps, different any, and we saw every single team at least put up one single point. That this is going to be your overall ranking so far. Alula obviously.
Cook, this team could mean business if they reach the finals.
Well, we talk about how like different teams have different